What's going on? It's the RapNerd, and I just got done seeing Candyman. I'm not saying it 5 times, and disclaimer: if I do say it 5 times in this video, it's not 5 times back to back. So that's the key and the rule to the lore. You gotta say it 5 times back to back in a mirror. So I'm not saying it consecutively. Okay, let's get that out the way. Now, this movie, wow. I don't know if it's because the original one affected me. And in the black community, Candyman was one of those horror movies that bled into real life and became like a real legendary thing. I don't know if it was that, but this movie was effective. Oh my goodness. Like, from start to finish, it is creepy. It has a mysterious aura around it. And it is relentless, like as far as the atmosphere and tone goes. You do not get one chance to take your breath and just be like, whew. You don't get that at all in this movie. You were on your seat. Well, I'm speaking for me. I was on my seat the whole time because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know where Candyman was going to pop out at. I didn't know where he was going to appear. I didn't know who he was going to kill. I didn't know anything because the way the movie presents itself, it pays respect to how the original one was. How, I forgot her name, her character in the first one, how she just is going crazy and things just happen. It's unexpected. This movie has the same level of unexpected nature because in the first one, the kills only happen where the main character was. In this one, it's not like that. Like, the kills happen even where Anthony, which is Yaya's character, he didn't have to be around for Candyman to show up and kill somebody. So it's just like, it's so good the way they do it, man. Like, I love how they introduce kind of a new retelling of the lore of Candyman and who he is. And when they present that idea, I'm like, oh, that's different than what I remember. This is a reboot / remake, you know what I mean? But then around halfway mark, they cycle in that old one to show how it's different versions of Candyman per generation, made by, what is it, cynical violence. It's like the violence passed down because of the atrocities that continue to happen to black people. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about. I kept seeing some reviewers saying that the commentary was a bit on the nose and too much, and it took the scariness out of it. And for me personally, I don't agree with that. Like, I think the commentary is there, and I feel like it's only really like mentioned straight up about 3 times. First in the beginning, the conversation Anthony has with the laundromat owner, and then again, like a conversation Anthony has with somebody else in the movie where he talks about it. I don't think it's this overarching thing, or maybe it just could be because of me. I went in kind of expecting that because the first Candyman is about that, and I knew this was going to be, justification was going to be a big piece of this movie because, it takes place years later and you already know what's going to happen. Or it could just be, I live in Atlanta, and hell, places I've lived before, like being in New Jersey, seeing how gentrification is a huge thing. To me, I love that they brought this up. I love that they took this, and again, the whole movie is about mirrors, and I feel like it's putting people's reflection in their face. And I feel like, I'm not gonna say any names, but there's some white people who I've seen review it, and they felt like the commentary was a bit much. And in my opinion, it almost feels like you might feel a little guilty because the shit that they saying is real. Like, they call gentrification out for what it is. That word gets tossed around a lot, and sometimes people don't really understand what gentrification actually is and what it means to the community that it happens to. So I'm glad that they were able to do it, because in my opinion, if you can watch a Spike Lee movie and not think it's over the top, then to me this is nothing. Like, Spike Lee gives you black history an enormous amount of time. So I'm like, this is nothing compared to that. So I just want to touch on that part. It didn't bother me. Again, the scares are there. The body count. I recounted the first Candyman, right? I rewatched it, and I think he only kills about 4 or 5 times in that movie, to be specific. And this one, bodies are dropping. Like, holy shit! Like, the way he is murking people, goodness gracious! And shout out Nia DaCosta, which I forgot, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's her movie. It's not Jordan Peele's movie. Stop giving him the credit. Give her the credit. She did an amazing job. beautiful imagery. I mean, there's one kill that happens in such a way that like it catches you off guard. I'm not only want to say it, but it's just like the camera's moving, and then it just happens. You're like, you're just looking like, why are they doing this? And then it's just like, whoa. A lot of good camera tricks of showing Candyman popping up here and there, and it's just vicious, like vicious, blood leaking. Like there's a scene that made me be like, God damn, like the way somebody got killed. I was like, whoa, that is like, whoo. So great job, man. Love all the horror elements. It doesn't lack at all, you know. I think the performances, Yaya did an amazing job of being an artist who slowly loses it, and you see that in his performance. You see him just, the wheel gets turning, and you just see him descend into craziness. My girl from WandaVision, I'm forgetting her name, I'm sorry, what is it, Paris? I'm not forgetting her name, but she did a great job to me. A lot of great moments of like people of color being like nope and bouncing when shit is real. Everybody did a fantastic job, man. Like great. Like this is how you do a remake / continuing of a classic. Like this is how you do it. Like this, they knocked it out the park, man. Like cinematography, the sound design was woof. Chef's kiss on top of everything. Like the score, they didn't use the old score, but they crafted something that has a similar feel to that, and it just made it big, and the sound just really is a huge part of this movie. And like I said, the visuals stunning. Like the opening credits, bro. Like such a simple thing, but again, it's that direction, man. Just taking something so simple, making a few edits and tweaks here and there, adding some music, and it just makes it feel totally different, totally eerie. Oh man, like this movie was great. Like I loved it. Like this is definitely a favorite of mine. As far as theatrical experience movies, this is probably my favorite that I've seen in theaters. Like for real. Like it was that good. Like, oh, this is great. Like if you like the original Candyman, you will like this movie. Honestly, it did it so much justice. I want to see it again. Like this was really good. This is the start of horror season. This is exactly what I needed this time of year. I'm telling you, my heart was pumping the whole time. I'm just literally in my seat, like slumping down more and more because of how powerful this movie is, man. I can't say anything, great about it. I have one small gripe, but I don't want to get into it because it's kind of spoilers. But again, in comparison to the first movie, I still can't even really give it a gripe because it does things the first movie didn't even do and more. Like, not gonna say it didn't do. It does things the first movie did with a certain aspect that I had a gripe about. So it's kind of like I can't really get mad at it, but it also over delivers in a way that the first movie didn't in this same aspect. And good movie, great movie. Go see this. Like, Nia, you did your thing. Give her some more horror. She killed it. Anyway, have you seen it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and until next time, peace.